I'm sure you want to keep your customers, but do you have a system that does it for you? There's no point in spending money to bring new customers in your front door if your existing customers are leaving out the back door. This video is going to show you 3 things. Number 1, how to make sure you keep the customers you have. Number 2, how to make sure your customers never forget you. And number 3, how to make sure you are good at and stay good at what you do. First, let's be clear on what we mean by keeping a customer. We want your customers to never even consider using anyone else for their painting needs and to become a passionate promoter of your business. Does that sound good? So, do you wonder if it's worth the effort to build relationships with people who might not need you again for 3, 4, or 5 years? Here's why it's worth it. If you painted the exterior of their home, they might need interior work done, or they might own another property. But most importantly, they might have a friend, a relative, or know someone at work who needs their house painted, and get asked if they know a painter. To make sure we keep customers, it's helpful to first understand why we lose them. A survey was done on local service businesses and reported by marketing expert Dan Kennedy. This is what they found to be the reason service businesses lost customers. 1% die, 3% move away, so there's not too much we can do about those two. 5% follow a friend or relative's advice and switch to someone else. 9% leave because they perceive a better value elsewhere. And 14% leave due to a product or service dissatisfaction. And we can get that lower, but all of these reasons add up to a total of just 32%. What about the rest of them? Well, it turns out that 68% of all lost customers are leaving because they feel their business was not appreciated or valued. 68%. And that's not all. Especially for businesses like painting, roofing, house remodeling, and others whose services are not needed frequently, people tend to easily forget who you are. Another survey showed 90% of customers of these types of businesses were satisfied with their service provider, but 95% of them forgot who it was when their service was needed again. Wouldn't it be an absolute crime to have someone who loved your work, but forgot who you were when they needed you again, or got asked for a referral? So, how is it that you keep customers and make sure that they never forget you? The key is to develop and maintain an ongoing personal relationship with them. Most people do business with people that they know, people that they like, and people that they trust. You do too, don't you? The problem is that we can't take all our customers out to lunch every month, and we can't call them all personally just to stay in touch. But here is what you can do, and the first one of 3 things that I promise to show you. Set up a thank you system. The big hurdle to cross is to understand the concept of building relationships is not about selling. In fact, a couple of friends of mine wrote a book called Appreciation Marketing that describes the process. The way to stand out and get people to tell their friends about you is not to deliver the service expected. Doing what's expected is unremarkable, and it's not worth telling anyone about. To get people talking about you to their friends, you need to dramatically exceed their expectations. Doing this will get them talking about you and make sure that you're remembered. Think about it. If you drive through a fast food place and get the same burger you always get, do you tell anyone about that? Well, the good news is, this is simple to do and can be totally automated. This assumes you're good at what you do and your work at least meets your customers' expectations. To exceed your customers' expectations, just thank customers after doing a job. If you do it right, this simple act will completely surpass all their expectations and cause them to tell their friends. Since most businesses have rotten customer service these days, if you provide great service and show you sincerely appreciate your customers, that by itself will get you noticed. Take a moment right now and put yourself in your customer's shoes. You just got your house painted. A couple of days after getting a follow-up call to make sure you're happy with the job, you go out and get your mail. There's a box in with the rest of your junk mail. You're not expecting anything. You didn't order anything lately, so you wonder what it is and who it could be from. So you go ahead and open the box. Inside is a gift, and there's a greeting card on top of the gift inside a crystal clear envelope. As you look at the card, you're thinking, hey, that's a nice card. And then you notice that this isn't just any card. There's a photo of my own house right on the front of this card. You open the card, and inside is a handwritten note from the owner of the painting company telling you how much he appreciates your business and saying thank you for it. When you open the gift, you find 4 large brownies inside. You taste one, and the smooth texture and rich, delicious taste is the best brownie you've ever had. Now I ask you, have you ever, in your entire life, been treated like that and shown appreciation to that level by anyone who came to do work in or around your home? Probably never. Do you remember that earlier in this video we explained why 68% of customers leave? It was because they felt their business was not appreciated. So what happens is that this small act of appreciation will probably result in customers telling their friends about you because it's so unusual. Your customer will probably save the card forever because it has a cool picture of their own house right on the front of it. So isn't all that worth the $15 or so that it costs to do? Especially since it's all automatic and you can have your office manager send the pre-written card with just one click of the mouse and have your paint crew take the after photo. System number 2, a stay in touch system to make sure they never forget you. So do you remember that other survey I mentioned? The one about how that although up to 90% of customers might be happy with your work, as many as 95% or more of them will forget you and who you are by the time they need you again? Now, thinking like a customer again, how would you feel if you had received that card and gift and then the painting company kept in touch with you regularly by sending personal, handwritten greeting cards from the business owner themselves? If you got a card, say 4 or 5 or 6 times a year from your painter, do you think you could ever forget them? No way, not even if you tried. I promise you, if anyone your customer knows asks them if they know a painter, they're going to say, you bet I do. I've got the world's best painter. They're fantastic. And look at this card they sent me after the last job they did on my house. It's got a picture of my house on it, and they also included some awesome tasting brownies. The key to these cards is to have them be relationship building, not selling. Your office manager can launch an automated campaign to send 12 cards over 3 years for a total cost of just $7.22. Plus the stamps, of course, with just a single click of the mouse. If you want, we'll even pick out the cards for you, write the messages, and launch the campaign. How cool is that? System number 3, a quality assurance system. Please understand that none of what I've mentioned so far will do any good if you suck at what you do. You need to make sure you're good and stay good at what you do. If there are any problems with your staff, individual painters or crews, you need to know about it right away so you can fix the problem. One simple one-question survey can do this for you. Created and documented by a Harvard professor, this simple one-question survey is the only customer survey ever done where getting a good score has been proven to result in more profitability for your business. I honestly don't know why this is such a secret, but it could have something to do with the fact market research companies can't justify charging you lots of money to do surveys that are only one question. If you become a client, we'll give you all the details so you can do it for yourself and automate it for free. It's not that hard. The survey is only one question after all. Here's the bottom line. If you are committed to being the best at what you do, we are committed to helping you get the word out there so that you are the painter to choose in your city. If you are not all that good and don't care about being better and staying better, don't bother contacting us because our systems just won't work for you. To learn more, watch the next video about how to get up to 8 times more referrals than you get right now.